Hi friends, I have another fun craft for you today. Today we are going to do bird feeders. It's the middle of winter and we need to help our feathered friends out. So here's one kind that we're going to do. Isn't that cute? That's with cookie cutters. And another one we're going to do out of a recycled water bottle or soda bottle. So we're going to start first with the one with the cookie cutters. So I have in here 1/4 cup of water, and then I'm going to be using 1 package of unflavored gelatin. So with the water, 1/4 cup, I went ahead and put it in the microwave to get it to boil. So however you want to get it to boil. And get it nice and hot, and then you add in the unflavored gelatin. And the hotter it is, the better it's going to mix. So I know you can't see this, but all I'm doing is mixing the water and the gelatin. And so that's what's going to help us get this to stick together. So that's it. 1/4 cup water, 1 little package of unflavored gelatin. And then we need 3/4 cups of birdseed. So I have a mix already here for us. And so you just mix it up all together really good so that everything's wet. Mixing this up. Alright, now I need some cookie cutters, so I'm going to use a paper plate. But you need to have something non-stick, something that you can use like wax paper. This is just a little piece of scrap foil. You can use like one of those plastic cutting boards. And I just have a couple of wintry cookie cutters, a snowflake, a snowman. Because the birds need a little extra help. So then all you do is spoon in your birdseed. And you want to pack it in really tight. So I'm going to separate it first, and then I'll pack it in a minute. And these are a little small, so I have extra. So when I did this the first time, I was able to make 2 good size cookies, birdseed cookies, out of this much birdseed. So you can gauge it however you want to. You can double it up and make a bunch. All right. So then I am just going to take my finger and make sure it is nice and tight. Push it in really tight. Some of it's sticking to me. Because the top part, I want to make it nice and smooth, but nice and tight. So we have to wait. That's not going to fix it for us. We have to wait and let it set up. So it takes a good 2 hours to set aside. So we're going to set this aside and show you. These are different ones. I did these in a different spot. So it's different bird seed, but look how cool that turned out. It just pops right out, just like a cookie. And then here are the ties. I'm not showing you the ties today because those aren't set up yet. I'm gonna have to wait for those to set up. But all you do is, this is thread. So you thread a needle and just push it through. It goes right through. You could make a hole if you wanted to while you were letting it set up, you could put a little straw in there and then thread through ribbon or yarn or something. But this works great. If you have a thread and a needle, it just scoots right through the pieces of birdseed. And so here I have 2. So this is what came out of one batch. So that's 1/4 cup water, a package of the gelatin, and 3/4 cup of the birdseed. And this is what came out of that. So that was easy and fun and cute. You just tie it up to your tree and you're good to go. So now here's our second craft, and we're going to make this birdseed bird feeder. So this, all we're using here is we have a recycled bottle. This is a nice thick bottle. Now the ones you get if you get water, if you buy water from the store or whatever, some of those are really soft. You notice when you're trying to get this lid off. The real soft ones are going to be harder to make the bird feeder out of. So if you can find a harder one, like a soda bottle is thicker, this is a nice thick water bottle, something like that. You need some sticks or dowel rods. This is a dowel rod I just cut up. You need a knife and some scissors. This is just some wire we had around that's bendable, but you could put a shoelace through there or like a pipe cleaner. And then you need birdseed. So let me step you through that. Gonna get another workspace. I have a recycled soda bottle, so we'll see how that works. Actually, let me take that off. I have a little pocket knife, and what you want to do is you want to cut 2 holes across from each other, and then 2 holes a little higher across from each other, and that's to put the perches on. So I am just starting it with a knife, and then I will probably use some scissors because I don't want to mess with this knife too much. So I'm just trying to start my hole. And the thicker the bottle, actually, the nicer it is, just because your knife won't get away from you. So then I have a pair of scissors that I'm just going to make the hole bigger with, because it's a little safer. And you just need to make it as round as the stick or dowel rod or pencil. You can use pencils. Whatever you got to make a little perch so that they can sit on it. Just like this. So I have 2 that are right across from each other right here. Now I'm going to make 2 that are right across just a little bit higher. So we've made some of these already at the center and have them up, and we're having to refill them like every day because it's really cold and the ground's hard outside. And these birds are just loving it, especially the small birds are loving it. So I'm just going to start that. I'll round this off so I can get my dowel rod in there. I know it's hard to see with all this clear, but I think you can get the concept of what I'm doing. And I have a dowel rod, so I am just going to kind of eyeball it and see how long I want it for my birds to sit on. Got some shears here, so I can cut through this. There's 1, so I need 2 of those. Whoa! All right, that's it. Now we're going to slide these through the holes. If I made them big enough. There's 1. And you don't want to make the holes much bigger than your stick or your little perch you're making, so that extra water doesn't get in here from the rain. That's not big enough. Get in there. There we go. See? I'm a little crooked. But you can measure if you want and get it exactly even. Now there's some more holes we need to make. How are the birds going to get this food out of here? We got to make them some holes. So see, I'm a little off kilter. This one's more exact. Yeah, that's all right. This is my character. So that works great. Then we want to cut some larger holes right above the perch so the bird can sit here and eat here. So again, I'm going to start with my knife. These have to be larger. So the bird seed I'm using has larger pieces. So the holes need to be big enough that they can get the largest bird seed out. Whoops, see how that just slides right in? That's because my bottle's kind of thin. That's okay, because I'm going to cut the hole bigger. So, you can use some scissors and just snip, just like in a previous craft we've done. Cutting plastic, super easy with scissors. So, just take a pair of scissors and cut out a hole. Now, one thing you might want to do is, before you put these dowels in, cut your holes because you got more mobility because the sticks are kind of in my way. So you might want to do that first. So just cut around like this. And see, we're using stuff that's at our house. We're recycling, repurposing. Plastic out of there. All right, 2 down, 2 to go. Again, these sticks are in my way. So yes, good idea to cut the holes first. I have another thought too that I did with this other bird feeder. I have a glue gun and I'm gonna melt the plastic so that it's smoother. I think the birds can get around it, but it's just so it smooths out your circle, your hole. That's what I'm gonna do, but you definitely don't need to. The ones I have at the center, I did not do that. And the birds are eating out of it just fine. So you don't have to do that part. Alright, so see, I'm not actually putting glue on it. I'm just melting the edges so it's smoother. Just like that. I'm using the hot part, but no glue, and just melting this plastic. So it looks nice, and it's just smoother. And we're not going to be putting our fingers in there anyway. You know, there's no danger of getting cut. It's just a little extra touch I'm going to do here. And that's it. We're almost ready. Now then, we got to hang this up. So I am going to put 2 holes up here near the neck of the bottle with my trusty knife. And I have some wire here I'm going to cut and put a hanger in here. Again, you can use whatever. If you have pipe cleaner, you can put a shoestring or a little piece of rope through there. Well, this is obviously a tighter part of this, or a thicker part of this bottle. Nice. That should stabilize my hanger really well. Again, I'm just eyeballing to make sure I'm across from each other, but anything's good. Just like that. We're finished with this. And I got a little piece of wire that I happen to have hanging around. I don't even know what we use this for, but it's perfect for what I need. Yeah, where's the end of this thing? Somewhere. Here it is. So I am just going to stretch out a piece, snip it off. So you could put it down like this and make a little hoop, little pierced end like this. I don't know if you can see that or not. Put it up against my hand. And just hook it and hang it up. What I did with this one is I looped it all the way through, if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it through there. But I looped it all the way through and I've got it wrapped on itself at the top. So when I hang it up, I'm going to need to unwrap it and hang it on the tree. And then wrap it back. But you could just put some little hooks in there, like I said. And then you just unhook one, hang it on your tree or your bird feeder post. And you're done. All right, so see how it's hanging well? And then I'm just gonna have to, I just wrap it around the branch and around itself. But so it doesn't fall out right now, I'm gonna wrap it around itself. And we're done. Let's see how it fills up. So I have some birdseed here. I have a funnel, but you can make your own funnel out of paper. Or if you got another bottle, you can just cut the top off of a bottle, use it as a funnel. Be creative. So I'm doing this over a paper plate so I don't get birdseed everywhere. And you need to fill it up. See how it's spilling out? I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's coming out of the holes already that we put in, so the birds see it. So fill it up nice and full. Past the big holes that we created so the birds can reach it. Make sure to put your cap back on so rain doesn't get in there. And we're finished. Isn't that cute? Super easy. Lots of fun. Help our little feathered friends out. And we're good to go. That's all I got today. Thanks for joining me. Hope you had fun. And we'll see you next time.